Hey guys, today I want to talk about scale bursts and how we can play our scales faster and smoother. So normally when we're practicing scales, we're going up 1, 2, or 3 octaves, coming back down, maybe changing the metronome marking a little bit faster, and progressing like that. What I'd like to talk about today is how we should think about scales in a macro and a micro sense. So today I'm working on the C major scale. I use the fingerings, the Segovia fingerings, which I can drop a link to that in the chat. And they're great. They're a great set of fingerings. They're economical, they are logical, and they really avoid a lot of cross string problems that a lot of guitar players encounter when working on scales. So today we're going to be working on 3, 5, and 7 note bursts. Okay, so here's the scale from bottom to top to bottom, just to kind of get our bearings straight. So here's the C major scale, 2 octaves, Andres Segovia fingering. Okay, now let's start talking about the 3 note bursts. So that's basically 3 notes at a time with a nice healthy pause just to make sure everything is lined up correctly. Check it out. I'll do that one more time. Now, if you notice, every time I paused, I was making sure that my first finger would be lined up, ready to go, hovering over the next string or the next note that's to be played. Also, I'm making sure that my hand is lined up according to the frets, right? My fingers are as parallel along to the frets as possible, and the point of contact is coming down right on the fingertips, making it perpendicular to the string, right? Once I do that a couple times to get kind of settled, I'll move on to 5 note bursts. Check this out. One more time, the 5 note burst. Now what's cool about the 5 note burst is where you end up at the end of each burst is kind of precarious. Either you have to then immediately shift up or down, or you have to immediately change strings. So that one provides some extra challenges to us. Now here's the 7 note burst. Check it out. One more time. One more time on that 7 note burst. So that 7 note burst has a couple of tricky places, especially where you're landing right after the shift. And again, when you're changing strings kind of at an inopportune time, it really keeps you honest. So I would practice maybe, 4 or 5 minutes on each one of those bursts just to make sure everything is working correctly, and taking as long of a pause as I would need just to make sure everything is calibrated and lined up for the next burst. So now there's more bursts. You can do even note bursts, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, or you can continue on your odd note bursts as well. I would do this for every scale you're working on for that particular day, and it really just makes you allow to have that tension and release, right? When you're pausing, you're preparing yourself ready for the next burst of energy, right? The burst of speed. This helps with fast passages. It also helps with slow passages and just allows your hand to just become even more tactily comfortable on the fretboard. So remember to practice those bursts slow and fast. All right, guys, hope that helps. Peace.